on my computer. We are now trying to record this assembly. I hope it works so we can share it. If not, I'll figure it out and then I'll try again next time. So the next pieces for our assembly are the expectations. Whether we have an assembly in your classrooms like we are today, or if we go down to the gym, here's what we're looking for. We know at our school we want to be safe, we want to be respectful, and we want to be kind. And that even counts at assemblies. What does that look like, sound like, and feel like? It looks like eyes on the speaker, or in today's case, the screen. Voice level 0, which means no talking right now, please. Trying to keep your body still so you don't distract yourself or others or even the speaker. And make sure you are listening. And most importantly, if you can do those 4 things, then the last job that you need to do is have fun. So we start our day every morning at Nose Creek with what we call relaxed entry, but it's kind of tricky. We call it relaxed entry. Does that mean you come whenever you want? Does that mean you slowly get to school when you feel like it? Miss Martin should have thought of a better name. It's not really relaxed entry. We still want you here. We still can't wait for you to come every morning. But what it does mean is that starting at 8 o'clock every day, when you get to school at 8 o'clock onwards, between 8 o'clock and 8:12, it means as soon as you arrive at our school campus, you can come in your assigned doors. That's what we mean by relaxed entry. So the great news is whether you're excited to chat with a friend, you want to talk to your teacher about hockey practice or any of those things, you have a little bit of time in the morning to get in and start your day without feeling rushed. If you are one of those extra cool people who gets to ride a bike or a scooter to our school, we need your help. We know that when you're riding your bikes to school, if there's people walking, we call them pedestrians, people who walk on their feet or running, there are pedestrians. We know that people on bikes and scooters need to make sure our pedestrians are safe. But once you get on our school campus, what we need you to do is get off that scooter or bike and walk it along the sidewalk or walk it across the grass until you get to the spot where you can lock it up, unless you're super lucky and your parents have come with you and they're bringing it back home. So we don't want to see people riding bikes or scooters on our campus or the sidewalks when they're busy. That's when it's time for you to get off those bikes and scooters and walk them to the bike rack. You can keep your helmets on. And by the way, we all should be wearing helmets. The city of Airdrie, which is where we live and where our school is located, expects that every single rider of a scooter or a bike wears a proper helmet every single time, whether they're on the bike for a few seconds or half an hour. Now, the other thing you'll notice is the picture here. You can see the front of our school. Let's say you come to school during relaxed entry and you're walking to school, but you're not hearing that music. Last year we had a different song. This year we have a new song. If you're not hearing the music and it's kind of weird, you don't see any other boys and girls around, it could mean maybe you're a little bit late. Anytime that you need to get into our school, during relaxed entry, during recess, during lunch, and even after school, if you were on your way home and you started to feel unwell or something happened and you felt nervous, these doors you see on the picture, our front doors, are unlocked, and those are the doors you should go to. Do not stay and knock on the door at one of our other doors. We've got 12 doors in our school. If there is not someone at the door you go to, walk around to the front and come in, and we will be happy to help you. All right, some new and exciting things in our school. Recycling. We, just like you have at home, are going to start a recycling program. We've always had one, but it's always been just blue baskets that we've had in the classroom and in the learning commons and in the design commons and in all of our offices. But now we're going to do it a little bit differently. And what we're going to need for that is some student leaders to lead this work. So every single Wednesday morning before 8:30, which means you're going to come in, you're going to have relaxed entry. The teacher is going to let you listen to your announcements. We're going to listen to O Canada and maybe sing with it. We're going to listen to the school song or sing along with it on Fridays. And then they'll take attendance. And then you're going to have to make sure that your recycling is out in front of your classroom, just like we put our recycling at the end of our driveways when we're at home. A crew of recycling leaders will come through with Mrs. Harper and pick up those things. If your classroom has a lot of cardboard, please have it all neatly stacked up, and we will collect the cardboard and the paper and any clean plastic recyclables that your class has to give to us. Our recycling leaders will also come through the office, the workroom, and help our caretaking team for our school keep everything neat and tidy and organized. So speaking of neat and tidy and organized, can you see that broom? Do you notice it looks a little different? Well, in real life, it's actually golden, and it's decorated with jewels and its name and a tiara. It's actually pretty fancy. We are introducing a special award this year. Every class is going to be able to win the golden broom in their classroom, delivered by a very important person if your class has won. So our caretaking team are asking every single student and every single class to do 5 things. Number 1, can you please keep your floors clean and make sure any extra things on the floor are picked up before you go home every single day. Number 2, can you please make sure the shelves in your classroom are nice and tidy? Mrs. Cormier will be so happy. I will be so happy, but our caretaking team will be super happy if we have tidy shelves. Can you please make sure that our shoes, whether you keep them inside the class or outside the class, and our boot racks, whether they're right outside your classroom or down the hall where you come in and out from beginning of day and recess and lunch, can you keep them neat and tidy? Can your desks be clear? Clear means that there's not anything on them every day when you leave, so that when our caretaking team keeps our desks clean and wipes them down or sprays them down, they're not spraying anything they shouldn't. They're not ruining any special paper that you have, but they're making sure it's clean and safe. So when you come back to school the next day, you have a nice workspace to work on. And overall, when you look around your classroom, is it neat? Those are the 5 things. Every week by Friday, the caretaking team are going to get together and they're going to let me know who should win the golden broom. Monday morning announcements, we will announce it, and our VIP will deliver with music the golden broom to that class for the entire week. Let's watch a video to make sure we know exactly what our rooms should not look like and should look like. So, Mrs. Harper, get that cell phone ready. You are giving Miss Martin feedback, taking a risk with my tech skills, trying to grow them. If I've got this right and you can see this video, can you text me yes as quickly as you can? Because I feel nervous and I really want it to work. Okay, let's try it out. It's going to take a second to warm up, giving me extra time to panic. I'm going to make this big when it lets me, because it's not letting me yet. right, boys and girls, that was our Golden Broom Award. So the next thing that I want to talk to you about is another interesting thing about keeping our schools safe and cared for. We've done this in the past. Your moms and dads have probably read about it. It's probably been in teachers' newsletters, but we're really working on a litterless lunch. So, litter is another word for garbage or trash. So, when you have wrappers or containers that are like Ziploc bags, that sort of thing, we're asking, could we be up for the challenge? Could we try to pack lunches where we pack everything in our lunch kits? And then we pack everything home at the end of the day and take it home. That really does a couple of things. Number one, it makes sure we don't have too much garbage in our garbage here. We don't like garbage because it attracts bugs and mice and other yucky things that we don't want at school. Number two, it lets moms and dads know if they send you to school with something they think you'll enjoy for lunch and it comes back and you haven't eaten it, it lets them know maybe you're not into jam sandwiches like you were last year, and maybe you want a different sandwich other than jam. You're sick of it. Or it lets them know, holy smokes, Alex, every day you come home, your lunch is empty. And then Alex remembers, oh yeah, I get really hungry at school. Learning is really, really thirsty and hungry work. You need to pack me more food. So it helps you, it helps your parents, it helps us not have waste, which we will definitely be exploring before you leave Nose Creek in grade 4, and it helps our environment. It also makes it nicer for our caretaking team, for our recycling teams, and it just helps us make sure we're doing the best we can. So can you please chat with your mom and dad as much as possible? Send in litterless lunch items. That means try to put your juice in a container that can get washed out if you're allowed juice. If you have water, make sure you're using the water bottle. You take it home, you wash it, but we try to put as little garbage as possible in our garbage cans. Thanks for your help with this, boys and girls. If you have more questions later on, you can talk to your teacher. I know they're going to have great ideas. Now, Spirit Days. Today I've got a red mask, which I forgot to put on. Good thing Mrs. Martell had a red mask on. It reminded me to put mine on. I've got my red pants on that I bought just for this occasion. We've got our school spirit shirts on. Every Friday, we hope all year long, you're going to wear red. And that will help you show school spirit. A very smart student pointed out something to me today. They said, but what is school spirit? And I thought, oh, Miss Martin, you should really make sure you explain these things. School spirit is how you show to others and to yourself, others at the school, and even people who are not at school, that you're really proud of Nose Creek Elementary and you're proud that you go there. Kind of like if you really like, say, hockey, you might wear a hockey jersey from your favorite team. Or let's say you really love Minecraft or you really love Pokemon and you wear clothing or you have a backpack or running shoes with something you love. When you wear red on Fridays or any day, and when you wear anything with Nose Creek's name on it, it shows that you're proud of where we are and what we're doing. So it's Fridays. You're going to wear red. It's every Friday. Now, secretly, Mrs. Ship Clark, who's my assistant principal, the two of us are going to sneak around on Fridays and we're going to be looking out. Who's wearing a lot of red? Which class is showing so much school spirit? You won't know which Friday. You'll never know when it's going to happen. But that next Monday, we will announce which class showed the most school spirit and they'll win a little prize. I think we might have to ask students about good ideas for prizes, but for now, a few that I thought could be fun could be popsicles and playground party, or popcorn and a dance in the gym, or maybe extra gym time on a Friday, or maybe a tech day, just something special for really showing off school spirit. Now that's not quite enough fun, so we're going to do a little bit more. We had a calendar committee that got together last year and we brainstormed good ideas. So once a month, we are going to do dress up days. Maybe it's pattern day. I'm going to try to wear a lot of stripes on pattern day. I look forward to it. Or just a lot of different patterns that don't match. And I'm going to wear them all together and see what you guys think. Maybe it's going to be beach day, PJ day, jersey day. Once a month, we're going to have a dress up day. We're doing 2 in September, just because. Today, we're doing Excess School Spirit Day. And when we do our Terry Fox run on September 29th, we're going to wear our sportswear because we're going to be doing exercise and a lot of walking and running on that day. So please don't forget about Spirit Days. If you do forget, you can ask your teachers. Teachers, it's in the NCE all staff calendars. And parents can also look at our weekly newsletter because I always put those details in there. So I hope to see lots of school spirit this year. Now our grade 4s are going to leave us and move on to middle school. And we know they'll be great there and have a fabulous time, but we want to make sure that we make grade 4 as memorable as possible. We will be having 5 grade 4 challenges this year. We have the dates scheduled: November, January, February, April, and May. Now, before we get to that week, which is always on Friday, always at noon, we are going to have Mr. Stewart come to announcements. We are going to do a draw, and he's going to pull which class is going to be in the grade 4 challenge and announce it on the Monday of that week where we have a grade 4 challenge. And then he's going to do another draw, and he's going to pull out what the challenge might be. Sadly, as teachers are going to really need to practice because we have a habit of losing. But this year, maybe we'll be better. So on our grade 4 challenge days, we'll have assemblies. Either you'll be coming to the assembly, whether it's inside or outside, or we'll do it virtually so you can cheer on for your teachers or the grade 4 students. Now, meeting our team. We have a huge staff. Before I show you the names of the teachers, if you think, there's big names and I'm not sure I can read them all, I don't have pictures since I don't have pictures of all staff, but we will get those and then we will show you pictures so you can match the face and the name and put it together. Everyone thinks I'm Mrs. Brinson. I always am happy when they say I'm Mrs. Brinson, and I always answer back as Mrs. Brinson, but I'm actually Miss Martin. So I'm going to ask you in your class, try to keep count of how many teams are in our school and try to keep count of how many staff we have on our team. We have so many teachers here to help you. So our kindergarten team. Now, someone mentioned that they didn't know their teacher, and then they said to me at open house, that was just Miss Rutherford. Miss Rutherford, you might have had for kindergarten. She goes by her different last name now, Mrs. Birmingham. So count up that team. That's one team, and that is 5 teachers. Let's go to grade 1. Grade 1 team, woo, Mrs. Campbell, Mrs. Gagnon, Mrs. Kolke, Mrs. Poop, Mrs. Martel, Mrs. Rudick, Mrs. Smith, Mrs. Van Bavel. Keep your counting. How many is that now? That's 2 teams. That's all the hints I'm giving. How many staff has that been? Grade 2 team. Mrs. Austin, Miss Daly, Mrs. Dobson, Mrs. Dukes, Mrs. Fawn, Mrs. Govan, Mrs. Hughes, Mrs. Keneally, and I will say this for you, Mrs. Vasakopoulos. Mrs. Shiplark had to teach me for a long time to get Mrs. Vasakopoulos' name right. So if you are stuck and you know who Mrs. Vasakopoulos is, but you're not sure of her name, you can call her Miss V, and you can call me Miss Brinson. Grade 3 team, Mrs. Cooper, Mrs. Cormier, Miss Fuller, Mrs. Proud, Mrs. Lovell, Mrs. Polito, and Mrs. Tritcher. Grade 4, I'm wondering how you guys are doing on the count so far. We got a lot of people on our staff. We have Mrs. Bannock, Mrs. Brinson, Mrs. Colgan, Mrs. Farr, Miss Nannon, Mr. Turner. That's all of our grade teams. Now we have a couple other teams. Our specialist team, teaching music and physical education, Mrs. Keneally and Mr. Stewart. Our inclusive learning team. They just make sure that we can learn all the time in all of the ways, sometimes in the ways we love to learn best, and sometimes in ways maybe we don't love to learn best, but we want to get practice. We have Mrs. Bell, Mrs. Harper, Mrs. Morrissey, Mrs. Sefton, and Mrs. Tobler. And you're probably going, who's Mrs. Tobler? I can't wait for you to meet her. The office team. That's the team I'm on. Mrs. Denman, Mrs. Mischke, me, Mrs. Pierce, and Mrs. Shiplark. We're all on a team together. And last but not least, we've got a really important team. The people who decide who do our golden broom, our caretaking team. Thank you so much for listening to our assembly. I have one more thing It's going to test your teachers first, and then we're going to test you. I did tell Mrs. Queering's class at lunch that they better win because I let them know there'd be a test at the end of this. Can you, teachers, go to Kahoot It? Mrs. Shipclark, once I go to Kahoot It, can you tell me if it's actually working? I would really appreciate the help from my partner. So you're going to go to Kahoot It. I'm going to go to Kahoot It. I'm going to open that up. This is the code that teachers need to put on to go to Kahoot It. And I am waiting for players. I'm going to actually take this guy and pop him down here. I'm going to take this and pop that down there. Take this up here. Teachers, go to Kahoot It. You can name your team, whatever your name is. So say 2D would be 2 Dobson, 2KD could be Mrs. Daly's grade 2 class, 1K would be Mrs. Coop. Oh, I think we forced you to take different names so that we don't know for sure who is who. We've got Mystery Hamster, we've got Prairie Swan, Mountain Badger, Helpful Dragon, Adorable Shark. I didn't know that that happened. I want to see an adorable shark. Dynamic Rooster, Radiant Seal, Yellow Elephant, Wise Dragon, Smiling Deer, Soaring Lizard, Proud Snail. Who else? I think even if you're not watching with a class, but you're watching, if you want to test yourself in the Kahoot, please do it. Shining Boa. How many more people are going to join the team? We've got 25 participants in our group. And so far, oh, Radiant Frog. Well, that's my favorite name so far. We've got 15 people signed up. We need about 10 more people to join our Kahoot. Gentle Wallaby. Let's see who else we've got. Who else is going to join? I'm going to give a couple more minutes and then we're going to get started in here. We want to get going quickly because we are running out of time because it's going to be home time soon. Okay, we are going to get going. So are you ready? Our September Assembly Kahoot, testing your knowledge. Here we go. Okay, both of these adults have twin sisters. Who are they? Make your choices. Click on those teachers. Oh, we got 4 answers. Let's see. We're running out of time. Hurry up and answer me. 4 seconds. 3, 2, 1, and done. The winners are Mrs. Boynton and Mrs. Vasikopoulos. Both have a twin. Next question. If you ride your bike or scooter to school, what should you do when you get to the school grounds? Carry the bike on top of your head. Watch carefully for others and walk your bike or scooter to the racks. Leave your bike by the playground. Continue riding your bike or scooter while dodging walking people. Oh, we got 14 seconds left. We need to get all people to answer, please. Let's see, 15 answers. Let's see how many people got blue. Woo, everyone got it right. That's it. That's great news. All right. Oh, mountain alpaca. Nice work. You're the fastest and you're getting lots right. All right. 2 of these teachers grew up on farms. Who are they? Mrs. Proud in red, Mrs. Govan in blue, Mrs. Cooper in yellow, and Miss Colgan in green. Who grew up on farms? We got 19 seconds left. Oh, Mrs. Proud and Miss Colgan. Next question. True or false? The golden broom is given to the messiest classroom. I want answers fast on this one. Fast, fast, fast. That's me, by the way, with my broom. "16 answers. Okay. Oh, adorable shark. Who are you? Who is this commercial fisherwoman? Who could it be? Miss Mishke, Miss Shipclark, Mr. Brown, or Miss Martin? What you can't see is that fisher person there is holding a great big octopus. Waiting for a few more answers. Running out of time. It was me, Miss Martin. All right. Oh, adorable shark. Who is that? Which day will we pick up recycling? Monday, Wednesday, Saturday, or Friday? Got 13 answers. 14, 15. All right, let's see who got that right. Wednesday. Wednesday is our recycling day. All right. Oops, I skipped one. Sorry, friends. I will go to my next one. All right. This teacher is an expert speller. She even won a provincial spelling test when she was in grade 3. Is it Mrs. Cormier in red, Miss Brinson in blue, Mrs. Lovell in gold, or Mrs. Tritcher in green? Miss Lovell, you're going to proofread my report cards. Okay. There are 2 teachers that have jumped out of a plane. Who are they? In red, Miss Fuller, in blue, Mrs. Teal, in gold, Mrs. Martell, and in green, Mrs. Rudick. We got 9 answers, but we only have 10 seconds left. Hurry up. It was Miss Fuller and Miss Rudick. They are daredevils. Oh, Prairie Swan is sneaking up. We're almost finished. This year, we're going to have litterless lunches at Nose Creek. What does that mean? Red, you dump everything in the garbage, including your lunch kit and backpack. Blue, you take home everything, including the garbage wrappers and uneaten food. Gold, you hide your garbage in your desk. Green, you throw everything on the floor. Waiting for one more answer. We have 3 seconds left. All right. It was definitely, we take it all home. Okay. 2 of these people know how to move their ears, friends. You got to be fast on this. We're running out of time. Red, Mrs. Tobler, blue, Mr. Turner, gold, Mrs. Bannock, and green, Mrs. Harper. We have 15 minutes till home time. So if we're going to finish any more of these questions, we have got to get going. Mrs. Tobler or Mrs. Harper have got some talented ears today. Next question. This adult started playing piano when she was 2. Mrs. Bell, Mrs. Denman, Mrs. Keneally, or Mrs. Mishke? I don't think anyone might get this one wrong. I have this feeling. Let's see. What do you think? Come on, seconds, hurry up. Yep, well done, Nose Creek. All right, this teacher was once a TV star. Who was that? In red, Mrs. Queering. In blue, Mrs. Cormier. In gold, Mrs. Cooper. And in green, Mrs. Gagnon. Who was the TV star? They're all pretty photogenic. Got 15 answers. Waiting for one more answer. Okay, guess who? It was Mrs. Cooper. Good guesses, guys. All right. Number 14. We're almost finished. These 2 teachers love to kayak. We have got Mrs. Fong in red, Mrs. Coop in blue, Mrs. Van Babel in gold, and Mrs. Morrissey in green. I think that might be them doing their moves. Okay, waiting for a few more answers. I think that we're going to do one more question and then we're going to have to stop, but we will do our next questions the next time we have an assembly. This person worked on a dairy farm and it once rained on Christmas Day there. Mrs. Hughes in red, Mrs. Jukes in blue, Mrs. Austin in gold, or Mrs. Dobson in green? This is our last question for today because we need time to get ready for home time. Waiting for 16 answers. We got 10 seconds left. It was Mrs. Austin. Okay, friends, we're going to stop that. I'm going to thank you so much for coming to our assembly or joining us at our assembly. And I hope you have a fantastic, fantastic weekend. And we can't wait to see you here. Whoops, we can't wait to see you here on Monday. This was the weirdest assembly I've ever done because I can't hear anyone say anything. Goodbye, everyone. Have a great weekend. See you on Monday.